All right, so family and local history information provides support for understanding those around us, the communities we live in, and ultimately who we are. Millions of people around the world take it upon themselves to record and preserve the stories of those that came before them, often at the level of the family or the local community. These individuals not only record history, but also seek to share it. Libraries, archives, and museums offer institutional bases and supports for family and local history. They support information access and preservation, as well as more general cultural programming and exhibits related to family and local history, as we see in this image. So this is a quote from Alex Haley, author of Roots. Haley is seen as a key figure in the democratization of family history in the 1970s. He writes in the National Archives, "It seems so very interesting that when people had lived most of their lives, one of the things they wanted to know before they died was where they had come from," speaking to the value that people take in this. What with new technologies, the digital divide threatens the democratization of history. Older individuals, especially from low-income communities, perhaps the people most interested in local and family history, often struggle to use the technologies as a means to research and record their stories. And this was a picture taken here in Champaign. So the digital divide also manifests itself at the level of institutions. Local genealogy and historical societies, voluntary groups, and local communities struggle to remain relevant as they struggle to stay up to date with changing technologies and changing public expectations about information access and use, as this blog entry speaks to. Yet there are efforts to address these divides. The state-funded collaborative digitization movement represents an effort to democratize the means of production in relation to digitization through supporting locally based digitization projects in public libraries, museums, and other local entities. Similarly, through the use of Web 2.0 technologies, municipalities have set up for themselves interactive portals on local history that can be contributed to by all. This example from the UK, My Brighton and Hove, represents one of the most successful and long-lived of such initiatives, run completely by volunteers. Genealogists have also taken to digital technologies as a way to share family histories. The World Gen Web project is a volunteer-run project to enable locally based genealogists to share genealogical information from particular communities around the world. And this is their website in each country. So corporations have also entered this growing market for local and family history. Ancestry.com, which provides for a fee one of the world's largest genealogy databases, returns annual profits of over $300 million. And has country sites in the US, Canada, Australia, Germany, UK, Sweden, Italy, France, and China. Other corporations have also entered the market. Israeli-based MyHeritage.com has over 60 million members from around the world using the site's social networking software to share information about family history. This map from Latin America shows that Brazil, for example, has nearly 2 million members in the corporate site. Additionally, corporations have increasingly established private-public partnerships with state agencies to digitize and charge access to public records. The US-based Footnote.com began digitizing family and local history information from the US National Archives in 2007. So these corporate efforts show both the huge size of family and local history market and the challenges they pose to the idea of a democratized public family and local history. They also challenge the non-commodified gift market that characterizes much family and local history information seeking, as we saw in the volunteer-led projects. So community informatics offers us a way to think about and address this issue. We define community informatics as an emerging field navigating the interaction between, as expressed in information technology, and continuity as expressed in a local historical community. So in fall 2009, the Community Informatics Research Lab launched eBlackCU, a collaborative portal on African American history and culture in Champaign-Urbana. This project sought to knit together the resources of community, higher education, and libraries, archives, and museums to develop some effective solutions to some of the issues discussed thus far. In this project, we work with community individuals and institutions to digitize local and family history information without relying on the corporate market model that of late much dominates the field. In this picture, a high school intern digitizes a high school yearbook at the Department of African American Studies on campus. We also sought to connect cyberspace with real space. This poster hung at a local barbershop as a way to take our digital collection and at low cost embed elements of it into real space using conventional public programming methodologies that still have relevancy even in a world characterized by enhanced use of digital technology. So we also networked with communities' increasing use of Facebook as an intergenerational means of online communication. Although we are troubled with the commodification of community discourse in Facebook, corporate platform, we nevertheless did not discount the valuable ways community has begun to use digital technologies for productive means through tools such as Facebook. Finally, public meetings were organized to discuss digital technology and the future of the community. These meetings presented an opportunity for community members to frankly discuss digital technology, community history, and the UC2B Big Broadband Initiative that's being built out throughout Champaign-Urbana. So out of this action research project emerged an online manual on how to launch, build, and sustain community-based digitization projects at low or no cost based on the eBlackCU experience. The manual is publicly accessible at manual.eblackcu.net and will be fine-tuned throughout the year. In conclusion, to draw on some imagery from our contemporary moment, the cycles of capitalism are increasingly seeing the previously intimate domains of local and family history as a productive site for accelerated commodification. It is our belief that to challenge such trends requires accelerated collaboration among institutions of higher education, libraries, archives, museums, and most importantly, communities.